Okay, what are you saying, people, and welcome back to my channel. Now today I want to talk about how to avoid FOMO in trading, fear of missing out. But before we jump into that, make sure you hit the subscribe button and leave a like. All that is appreciated. And whilst you're at it, make sure you join my Telegram channel. I'll leave a link to that in the description because I'll be dropping a lot of updates and potential trading setups throughout the week. And also follow me on my Instagram. Again, I'll leave the information in the description because I'll post a lot of tips and tricks that will help you become a better Forex trader. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's look at how we can avoid FOMO in our trading. But first, we need to understand why we have it in the first place. Okay, so FOMO affects a lot of traders in the market, and I know because it used to be a part of my trading game, but over time I've gotten rid of it more and more. And 9 times out of 10, the reason why people have FOMO trades is because they feel like this next trade that they're missing out on is the trade that was going to take their account all the way from A to B and really set them on the path of becoming a successful Forex trader. So as you expect, they jump into a moving trade and unluckily buy at the highs or sell at the lows and just watch price pull back up against them, and they're in the losing trade that they never wanted to be in the first place. So essentially, FOMO is a mindset. So in order to fix it, you need to change the way you look at the charts. Okay, so with that all said and done, I'm going to give you 4 tips on how to avoid FOMO in Forex. So number 1 is create a watch list. Now, a watch list is essentially a group of pairs that you're focusing on and starting to pay more attention to because a potential trading setup that you would like to trade is going to be happening soon. So if you create that watch list and a pair that you've not included in that same list starts to have a breakout, it starts to rally, create new highs, hopefully you shouldn't have the urge to go and trade it because you never had the intention to in the first place. So in theory, you shouldn't have that feeling like you're missing out on something because you never had the original intention of trading that pair. And on the other hand, by creating this watch list, it also means that you're more focused on the pairs that you want to trade, so you don't miss out on trades that you were originally hoping to take in the first place. So basically, it's a win-win. Okay, so now we're going to move on to number 2, which is knowing your strategy inside out. Okay, so when you know your strategy inside out and you understand it fully and you know what trading setups you want to trade, you won't be going buying highs and going selling lows unless that's your strategy. You won't be doing that because it isn't according to your plan. But if you know your strategy inside out, you already have built up those reflexes and those habits in spotting your trading setup and only want to trade that same setup. Now, if you don't really have that faith and you're not too really sure about your trading setup, you might drift from it, and that's when you get into those FOMO trades where you see a moving trade going higher and higher and you feel like you're missing out, so you buy into it. But if you know your strategy already and you already have your faith into your strategy, you know that you don't need to buy into those highs or sell into those lows because in the long run it's not sustainable. Which then leads me into the 3rd tip on how to avoid FOMO in your trading, which is gaining experience. Now, I know gaining experience in Forex is not something that you just get. It's something that happens over long periods of time of consistent trading. But this is probably the most important tip because the more experience you gain in Forex, the more that you realize that you really had nothing to fear about in the first place. FOMO traders believe that they need to be in every single move in the market in order to make progress and in order to be successful. But what they fail to understand is that your success as a Forex trader is not based on the trades that you miss, but the trades that you take. Now, as a Forex trader, you can miss the biggest moves that will ever come in the Forex markets, but as long as that the trades that you actually take, that you're profitable on them and that you win more than you lose, you're a good Forex trader. A good Forex trader won't be angry at themselves or disappointed in themselves that they missed the move in the market. They'll appreciate they missed the move and they'll look back and understand why they missed it and how they can prevent it from happening again. And I know that you hear this a lot, but there's always another trader around the corner. For day traders and scalpers, there's definitely another trader around the corner, and even for swing traders, there's always a trader around the corner. So just because you miss one trade doesn't mean that you don't become successful and you miss the biggest trade of your life. There's always another good trade coming. And now for my 4th and final tip is looking back to see why you missed the trade in the first place. Now, like I said, a good Forex trader will look back to see why they missed a certain move. They need to review their trades and review trades that they missed as well. So it might be that you rushed through a pair and you didn't really analyze it properly, or you didn't zoom out to see the bigger picture on the different time frames. You might have missed some technical analysis, you might have missed a trend line, support area in the market, resistance area in the market. you didn't check your fundamentals, there might have been a news that came out. So you should be finding out the reasons why you missed a trade, and then maybe write it down somewhere so you don't forget it. So now the next time comes to looking at the markets, you can remember the key aspect that you neglected last time, so you can minimize the chances of you missing a trade like that again. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the video. So I hope you all enjoyed it. And just to recap, number 1, create a watch list. Number 2, know your strategy. Number 3, gain experience. And number 4, look back to why you missed the trade in the first place. Okay, so thank you for watching, but before you go, make sure you hit the subscribe button, leave a like, and hit the bell so you don't miss an upload. Drop a comment if you found this useful or if you have any questions. But till the next one, I'll see you later.